Alrighty, guys, we are back. We are live here for the ACS National Championships, Las Vegas, Nevada. We are live from the Tropicana Hotel and Casino. It is myself and, of course, the one and only Ben Franchise Francis sitting in on the mic. We have Michael Glass and Andy Nikolai doing battle, both racing to 7. It is the men's standard A-side final.
The A-side final. This is the driver's seat match.
Absolutely. Welcome to it, guys.
And somebody did ask earlier if magic racks were allowed. And I said I hadn't seen one all tournament. They're using a knockoff turtle rack,
Yes.
which is more or less a magic rack, but
Absolutely.
a knockoff. So I guess they are allowed.
They are allowed so long as you make it available for your opponent as well.
They had a ref come over and change the sticker on this table.
Was a little off center.
Was a little off center.
How I'm feeling right about now. It's been a long day of commentating.
Took the words right out of my mouth. I feel a little off center. This is a really good shot.
That is a really good shot for sure.
He got a little unlucky that 4 didn't bump out a little more, but it does go. If he can shape up this 3, he might have to run into the 3 though.
St. Edwards, Nebraska in the house. Welcome back, Jeff. Why not just do the time saver shot like Ben Francis might do?
And he's got perfect shape.
You gotta
This
love
is
it.
almost where you would shoot this ball from ball in hand. It's got a nice angle here. Just
Indeed.
have to pot it and not scratch in the side.
O'Neil DaCosta, how are you, my friend?
Good shot there.
Nice seeing you again.
Oh, thank goodness you missed it, Jeff. I did not win. But I feel like I didn't lose either, right? Because of the score line?
Yeah.
Both sets?
Yeah, the spot got you.
But Ray played awesome.
Yeah, he played really well.
And super nice guy, too. So if I was going to lose to somebody, I don't mind losing to him.
And again, I just want to give a sincere thank you to John Barton for sitting in with me and helping commentate with Ben's match. There was obviously a wealth of knowledge, very, very smart guy, and we appreciate him stepping away from his time in his booth to come spend some time with us here on Q Sports Live. He won.
Yeah.
Michael with the first game drawing first blood. And I'm going to jump off the mic for just 1 second here.
We have these limited edition Jam Up Apparel shirts. You can check them out at jamupapparel.com. Only $55 US per shirt. Those will be available until the final broadcast of VNEA. So Michael with the break, he crushes it down the middle. So Michael with a really good break and a good look at running out this rack to take a 2-0 lead. Winner's side final, so a really big match here. This match will not only guarantee you second, but will mean that somebody has to beat you twice.
He's kind of the all-around package. Does he have a great personality? Of course. What a well-rounded young man. Young being the operative word there. He does look under 30. He is under 30. 28? Close. 29? Yeah, but trust us. Pool's going to age you fast. Little hint. You might want to ease up a little. Maybe not go under. Be about a 650. You'll age better. That 700's a killer. You're right. Too much pressure. Too many people come gunning for you. Yeah, exactly. And they don't come. They don't want to. They don't want to play you even either. They will come and gun it. I want the 5, or that's it. That's what's going to age you. Yes. Because after a while, I got some actions. So make bad games. It's all downhill from there. Yeah. And then the eyes start to go. Then the back stuff.
Great out by Michael here. 2-0 lead
That's right.
after this 9 ball.
He'll get there.
So you guys may have seen me make a couple of jump shots earlier with this thumper. Let me tell you, it jumps so good. Full Q even, it jumps over a ball really easily.
You kind of gave us a demonstration of that in the last match or two.
John Lewis coming in to take a look at the rack, just out of curiosity, not
Yes.
because there's something wrong with it. He's just
Yes.
curious what it is.
Absolutely. So for those that don't know who John Lewis is, he is the executive director of the ACS. He is the man with the plan, the man in charge, the chief cook and bottle wash. And we will have John Lewis on the microphone at some point throughout the event here.
Super nice guy. He was just telling me that I look young, but pool will age me quite fast.
Yeah,
so he said I'm better off playing at like a 650 speed. That way I'll age less.
So I've had my Fargo rating drop a little bit, Ben. My Fargo rating now sits 595, I think, is where I'm.
What? You're under 600?
I'm under 600.
Well, we might have to find a different player for the team event here.
Yeah, right. Like, just drop me down into the standard division. And I hate putting numbers on myself, so I want to get outside opinions. What do you think my Fargo should be?
650. I think you're 650.
650 speed?
When you beat me at Stampede Bar Box, you were a 750. You played like Stephen Olem that match, which is 750.
I'm very streaky, though, which is my problem.
Well, pool's all about consistency, right?
Mm-hmm.
Especially on these tables, of course. And I think between Ray and I, we maybe only missed like 1 or 2 balls each.
Yeah.
In both sets.
Yeah.
Makeable shots.
Makeable shots, yes.
Where I even looked at him at one point and I said, I think that's the first legitimate missed ball, right?
Yeah.
When you run out of position and you have a tough shot, it's different.
That's right.
But as far as just like making every ball that you're supposed to make, this game is all about consistency.
Yeah, and not to make excuses for myself, because it's not an excuse, it's the reality of what I deal with and what I do for my everyday job. It definitely takes its toll on my pool playing abilities. And it's my consistency in my
For everyone out there, go out and swing like a hammer for like 8 hours and then come and try and play pool.
Yeah, not fun.
Not that you swing a hammer every day, but
that
that is part of your job, right?
Hello, Miss Beverly Ashton. How are you?
And thanks everyone for the nice comments.
Look at that stroke.
Jeff brings up a good point.
Look at that stroke. Did you see that? Watch this shot right
Michael came to play big
here.
time.
Look at this shot.
He broke and ran out the second rack to take a 2-0 lead.
Watch this shot. Boom.
Full stroke.
Full stroke to perfection.
That's nice to see. So these guys are open players. They're not standard players because they both race to 7.
He came to play today.
I would say this Michael is looking at taking home this title in a hurry.
Absa not messing around.
And I like the speed he's playing. To be honest, I love watching pool like this. A guy just gets the business, right? But still with the be sure every now and then. Gotta love it. O'Neill wants a shirt for good behavior. Unfortunately, I cannot do that for you, but thank you for the good behavior.
we appreciate it. Michael not messing around.
If you guys are wondering where I get my cue work done and all of the CSL crew, Nick's Cue Innovation. He is based out of Calgary, Alberta, but you can ship your cue to him and he will repair it and ship it back. He is the man. That guy does the best work I've ever seen at a really reasonable price.
Jim, we have definitely played each other more than a handful of times.
So there you go. He brings up a great point. When you're playing really good, you're like a 675. Like how you should play, you're a 675.
Yeah.
When you're not playing as good as you should, you're a 625.
Yeah.
Somewhere in between, you're a 650, right?
Yeah.
I mean, your absolute top speed, like I said earlier, is like 750.
That's when
Holem speed.
That's when my mind is there. I haven't had to do much in the way of my normal work, and I have to want it.
Well, a lot of it is you have to want it.
Yeah, and for whatever reason in that Stampede bar box, I just wanted it.
This one I wanted bad, and that's why I kind of pride myself on not folding.
Yeah.
When there were moments in the match where I could have just easily packed it up and
absolutely
been out of there, right?
Yeah, and I think you both displayed that because
he did too. He especially did.
You got to hand it to Ray. He had numerous opportunities where he could have just folded and said, "Well, Ben's doing Ben's thing, and there's really not much I can do."
He did.
But you got to give the guy credit, man. He showed some pretty good heart.
It was fun to watch, even from my perspective.
Yeah.
Which isn't usually fun, watching the guy make everything and never miss, but he showed a lot of heart, which I can definitely respect.
For Fargo, what's an A player? It's so hard to determine an A player in the Fargo rating system, only because when you class it A, B, C, and D, there's so many numbers in between on the Fargo rating system that would encompass an A player, a B player, a C player, or an A plus player. Right? I would probably say an A player, VNEA or APA or one of those is going to be roughly where my speed is. And I think the A plus player is going to be a touch higher than me into Ben's speed.
I would almost classify it to the point of, I mean, in this there's only a handful, well, 4 divisions, right? So if you went C being the lowest, and then B a master, as they classify this, there's no pros allowed.
Yeah.
So maybe in this format, an A would be even a little bit lower.
Yeah.
because there would be a master level, which would probably be like, you know, your speed to my speed would be the master level,
That's right.
where an A level might be, I would think, like 550 to 650.
Yep.
And that's all based on area too, because in Calgary, an A player's Fargo is quite a bit higher than the average U.S. state.
Yes.
Where, like, I had to look up Ray's Fargo because I was too curious, but he's only a 637. But if he played in Alberta, he plays like a 700.
Yes. Yeah.
But because of where he lives, being Vegas is very tough. Lot of really good players. It's tough to win all the time.
Yeah.
So he's losing more than he's winning. That's why he's a 637.
Yes.
And there's not as many players to play in Vegas as there are in Calgary.
Of course.
Obviously,
Calgary's a hotbed.
Calgary's one of the biggest hotbeds
There
in
is.
North America for sure.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of European countries that don't have as many players as
Yeah.
Calgary alone. So
I don't know if you can hear me, Brian, but there should be sound.
well, I feel like Ryan, Steve, O'Neill, everyone else can hear us. So
Yeah.
Brian, if you just shut it down and restart, but you wouldn't know that because you can't hear me.
Yes, Jim, the Jam Up website is now updated with the CSL Jam Up limited edition shirt. It is now available under the CSL tab on www.jamupapparel.com.
Yeah, get them while they're hot. Only
Yeah.
available until the end of the Vianney broadcast, which will be June 2nd, I believe.
Yeah.
Is the end of that event.
Once the broadcast is done, those will not be available anymore. They will be strictly limited to between now and the final broadcast.
So Andy, looking at putting a game on the board, just missed that ball. It caught a bit of the horn.
He
Those
did.
side pockets, if you catch just a piece of that horn at that angle, they won't go in.
And we have seen Andy on the stream before.
Michael's got the long stance, kick the tripod there, but there's not too many people have managed to have a stance that long in this
Yeah.
broadcast so far. Hopefully we don't have that too many times. Look at this little shot. This is a really good shot.
That's a great shot.
You can really only kick at this ball. There's only a handful of players brave enough to try to thin that too and play the same shot.
Yeah, that's headed into disaster.
You have to
if
almost miss it. You have to be
yeah.
really brave to play that shot.
Yeah. That's what he's looking at.
I think he's maybe looking at a kick safe.
Oh, that could be, yeah. Kick the 2-ball, park the cue ball.
Like I was talking to you earlier, the kick safe is very tough in this game because there are just so many shots available all the time.
Yeah.
So even when you do kick safe, your opponent jumps the ball in or kicks the ball in or
kick safe.
Kick safe back, right?
Yeah.
So the shots are too available here. You have to usually try to get lucky here when you kick this ball. The only thing is where the 3 is might be a saver. The 3 is not easy to get on. So even if you give up a tough shot like this, if he somehow makes, let's say, a bank shot,
Yeah.
there's no 3 ball after. You'd have to bank the 3 as well. So
Well, fairly easy safety here, though, off that end rail. Split the window between the 8-9 and leave the 2-9-4 cue ball in a line.
yeah, so hide the cue ball behind the 4 and hide the 2 ball behind the 9.
Yeah.
And you can hide both balls, which is exactly what you want to try to do in this game. He went the other way, which I didn't mind, but he underhit it just a bit.
I think leaves Andy the outside edge of that, too. I don't know if he's got enough to make it.
Yeah, probably the wrong side. The wrong side of the ball. could play it off the rail, off the 6 in. It's a pretty big pocket down there. That's what he's looking at.
Do you make the 6 combo?
That's a tougher shot than the off the rail, off the ball in, I think.
It is.
The pocket plays smaller that way.
I don't know if he's got enough of the 2 to play the off the rail.
Yeah, that would be the issue as well.
Not on those particular shirts, Jim. Oh, he could see that the whole way. Look out.
Oh, he had room to cheat the pocket in. He got really unlucky.
Yeah.
Super unlucky.
Yeah. So no discount code on the CSL limited edition Jam Up shirt, and it is because it is a limited edition.
That is the discount.
That is the discount right there. Typically, when you order a shirt like that is a sublimated collared shirt, you're probably up in the $80 range if you were to go on some of the other apparel websites. So rather than give out a discount code, he just discounted it right from the hop.
So Michael's looking at running away with this, which is fairly surprising considering this is the winner's side final.
Andy's not a terrible player. We've seen him on the stream before. He knows what he's doing.
Player.
Yeah.
The balls are definitely rolling Michael's way.
They are, yeah.
As you saw by Andy's last shot, to make that ball, cheat that ball in the pocket and scratch in the side like that is super unlucky. Because they're not really worried about the cue ball on that shot. You have to focus so much on the pot that if you're looking at the cue ball, you're never going to make the pot. Look at that. Andy's just got this cue ball on Michael's
He's got it on a string.
Michael's got it on a string. This is fun to watch. I'm enjoying this. Even when he overhits it, he's still
no
perfect.
troubles at all, Jim.
Yeah, and Todd cashed in on a stupid bet. Very good, Todd. Hopefully he didn't bet on the final, too. He literally bet one of his friends that I would win the A side.
Yes.
At the start of the tournament.
Yes.
And didn't get any odds. And he bet $100.
Really?
Like he should have got at least 10 to 1. That I would win the A side in a handicap 22-player field of monsters.
Right?
Just letting you know, Todd, that was the worst bet of all time. But you managed to come through with it perfectly. So you're a genius. That's what I'm getting at.
That's it.
But next time you bet that guy, now he's going to want odds.
Of course.
So let's see. Michael's breaking to get himself on the hill.
And you know what I really liked about your match is the fact that you guys played it straight. No nines off the break.
Yeah, because it's at the level that we both play at, that's just the worst way to win or lose.
I agree.
And I played him. It's funny how this happened, too, because I played him second round of the A side.
Yeah.
I believe it was third round, but I had to buy first.
Yeah.
And I broke dry the first rack, and he ran out, and then he broke, and the 9 went straight in the bottom corner. And so I brought it up to him, like maybe the rack was a little loose. Did it go straight in? Did it get kicked? He felt bad instantly about it.
Yeah.
And he said, let's just spot them from now on. But he said, if you make one, then count yours so that we're even now. I'm like, no, we'll just spot it even if I make it, because I said, I don't want to win or lose like that.
Yeah.
But especially I don't want to win like that.
Yeah.
And I think as you progress in the game, you want to earn it. You don't want to be given the wins, right? So, I mean, you have to earn it. Todd. I don't even want to know what you bet on there.
Yeah.
Hopefully you got some weight and you bet the spot. I think that's probably how he made his 250 was he
bet the spot.
He bet on the final, but he bet the spot. Very good. Very good.
SMRT smart.
Now I got to know. How did you make that extra 150?
Does this one ball go by? That too.
Definitely not. Definitely not. He's going to try to chip this and get safe. They definitely have to do something about this music, though. Like, it just gets quiet and loud and
Yeah.
quiet and loud. What a shot by Andy there. Really, really good shot. I'll tell you why this is different, Plowman. Because it's on a valley table.
That is correct.
If we're playing 9-ball in the 9-foot, you can count the 9. I don't
Make
care.
it count all day long.
Especially on a diamond, what they play on at the Worlds and the U.S. Open. Go right ahead. No, Todd.
No.
Well, you must have watched Ray play. I guess that's not a bad bet. I don't think that's what he actually bet. I think he's just messing with me. But
I think so too.
But that would be a genius bet too.
No doubt.
I knew you're
You bet
smart, but I don't think you're that smart, Todd.
You bet your buddy that Ben's going to make the A final and then get double dipped? Wow.
That would be legendary.
That would be absolute genius.
Oh, I really like what Michael did there. He really had no good way to hit that one, let alone if he somehow hit it, nothing good is going to happen. So he chose to give up ball in hand and tie up the 5.
Yeah.
And not only did he do that, but he did it perfectly.
Well, you see, Kevin, this is exactly why we're allowed to have a difference of opinion. You're allowed yours, we're allowed ours, and we can certainly agree to disagree. That's the beauty of our country.
Well, and Blaine brings up a good point. When two friends are playing, we can make our own rules.
She's kicking the camera. I got to go tell her.
It was a genius shot, Steve. You're correct.
It looks as though my camera is no longer level. It's making my OCD a little crazy.
Oh, we froze for a minute there. Hopefully it's good
yeah,
now.
this will go red and then come back.
Yeah.
But the voice is still there.
I think, yeah. I was wondering what happened there.
Yeah, happens a lot.
All right, that's the Wi-Fi in here, guys.
It sure is.
Kevin, your 2 cents always means a lot to me.
It means at least a nickel.
Maybe not to Grant.
No. At least a nickel. That's worth something.
A nickel, yeah.
I think you can still get like one of those 2-cent candies for a nickel now.
I think so. I think so. You can't get much in Vegas for 5 cents.
No, no.
Steve, the Jacoby rep is not here this week or during VNEA.
Yes, he was supposed to be. However, his dad got apparently really, really, really sick. His dad is better now, but by the time he got better, it was too late to get all the equipment and cues and everything set up for the booth here. So,
how good is the shot Michael just played? This guy would have took me to school the way he's playing right now.
Right? He's like a man possessed.
Wouldn't have mattered what the spot was. He could have spotted me and crushed me.
Sensing some sarcasm. No sarcasm here. You really can get 2-cent candies for a nickel.
He was dead serious about that. You can't
I've
play
seen
slot
it.
machines anymore for
No,
5
you
cents,
can't.
though.
You can't. I mean, your information's not that valuable, but
I think the minimum bet I saw was 60 cents.
60 cents.
So I'm going to say that your opinion is worth 60 cents to me, Plowman. One spin on the slot machine.
That's right. Well, you might be able to get that one where if you if the minimum bet's 50 and you go down to like 20, there's an option for you to spin, and it'll spin and tell you whether you can have another free spin or not.
Very good.
That's about where it is.
That's about where it is, yeah. So slightly less than 60 cents.
Slightly. But mine, you're at least worth one of those marshmallow 2-cent candies.
Yeah.
Because you can get that for a nickel now. Can't get it for 2 cents anymore, but a nickel is there. Kevin wants to guest commentate at VNEA.
As long as you keep it clean, Plowman, we'd be more than happy to have you. I'm sure you'd be great at it. All kidding aside, this is not sarcasm in my voice. We would love to have guest commentators at VNEA.
Absolutely.
So
that makes about 74 cents Canadian.
About that, yeah.
But we agreed it was slightly less than.
It's slightly less than. So it might be like 70 cents Canadian.
Yes.
So when Michael played the safe, Andy made a great kick.
Uh-oh.
Oh, this is the only spot you can't be.
He gets a little funny on this 9.
The way he's playing, I bet he just chops this in.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
Right in the heart.
Like nothing.
The nice thing about that shot is you're very close to the ball.
Yeah.
And it's almost impossible to overcut it.
Yeah.
So it's easy to see the edge there. He made a really good shot, though. He made it look a lot easier than it was.
Absolutely. How did Ben do? Well, I'll let Ben answer that question.
Do I have to? No, just kidding. Roy, I lost the second set 7-7. If that makes sense.
Indeed.
Ray played awesome. Ray played really good. And if I could lose to somebody, I don't necessarily mind losing to him.
Yeah, kind of a nice guy to lose to.
He played really good, and he's a super nice guy, of course. Helps, but he did play really good. He earned it. I didn't hand it to him.
I'll tell you what, Michael sure came to play today.
This is super impressive.
He is on the hill. 6 straight.
I don't know if he's made a mistake yet.
No.
And I don't know if Andy's really done anything wrong either.
No.
Even in that rack, Michael played a great safe. Andy kicked really good and just got a little unlucky that he kind of left Michael just enough to pot the ball on the side.
Yeah.
Yeah, Todd didn't lose.
Yeah.
Todd, you still haven't told me if you were serious about that bet. That you bet I would get double dipped. If that's the case, obviously you have to tip me out.
The Raptors win Game 7. Seconds on the clock, tied at 90.
Oh, they did already play too. And I missed it. Thank goodness they won. Probably if I watched, they would have lost anyway. So.
Well, yeah. I would have blamed you for it.
Did I have any shots skid in my match? You know what, Wayne? I don't think a ball skidded in my entire tournament. I don't think one ball skidded.
Do you know what's funny about that comment? Yesterday, I'm practicing on this very table. And in my practice, I probably had 5 skids.
But I clean the cue ball a lot, though.
Yes, you do.
Maybe.
I don't. That's a habit I need to get into. Because in practice, I'm like, what is going on? 5 skids in a practice? And, I mean, you saw how long I practiced for. 40 minutes?
Yeah, you shouldn't have 5 skids. Because I've probably played 12 hours of play.
Yeah.
And never had a ball skid.
Yeah.
So, which is obviously really nice to see.
Look at that nice shot by Andy there.
He really needs to come
Real
with it
first.
now.
Yeah.
That is a good start.
Yeah, everything seems to have a home and pretty routine from here.
Todd's tip is don't drink and drive. Thanks, Todd. Never eat yellow snow.
Right? Those big white mints in the men's bathroom,
Yeah,
those aren't mints.
another
You
good
don't want to eat
tip.
those.
Thanks for coming out, Todd. Maybe we will drive down in the 5 days that we have off just to flatten your tires.
Yeah. The tip for us is here on Q Sports Live, don't make the commentators mad. We have a ban button.
That's my tip to you, Todd. All kidding aside, I'm happy you made some money no matter how you made it. It's always nice to hear that I could be of some help to a blind guy.
Don't pet a burning dog.
And I was kind of hoping when I put out that never eat yellow snow that everyone would come up with all the other tips.
Yes.
So if you guys have any other tips, like don't miss.
Don't miss.
Or like
that's a good tip.
Stephen Holem's break well.
Yes.
Very good tip, right? Break well. That's a, what do we call that? A Cliff Jacobson, right? Thanks, Cliff.
Yeah, thanks, Cliff. Which is actually from Cheers.
Thanks, tips. But Cliff does it a lot. I'm
He
not
does.
kidding. Cliff
Yeah.
Jacobson does it way too much.
Yeah.
I love the guy, but he does state the obvious a
Well,
lot.
he's got to live up to his namesake.
And you're right about that, Ryan. The fresh cloth can cause the balls to slide a little bit. But I do find with this, I believe this is like Tour Edition Championship, whatever this cloth is, it's thicker.
It is.
It plays fairly quick, but not too quick, and it doesn't slide too much when it's new. So,
But I'll say for Valley tables, this is pretty quick.
these play incredible for valleys. I don't know if you guys know how great this is, but there's a lot of really bad valley tables out there, and these are some of the better ones that I've ever played on.
Yeah, never gamble with somebody that's under 5'6".
Very good, Steve.
Well, I can probably say, Steve, you could have lowered that to about 5'3" and still been safe. Yeah, maybe even up to 5. I don't know how tall Ben is, but
I'm like 5'5".
come on.
Yeah, I'm 5'5". You can look at my ID if you want. It says I'm 5'5".
Don't fry bacon naked. That is definitely a good one.
Don't miss your last shot during a game. Yes, that's also very good. You can't win them all if you don't win the first one. I really like that one, Larry. I've heard that one before. Look at this. Michael has ball in hand to finish this off. 2 balls.
Wow.
This match only started about 40 minutes ago. And Michael's already looking at putting the finishing touches on it.
Best tip ever. Watch CSL often. That's the best. That takes the cake.
Yeah.
That's the winner.
You win, Deborah. I don't know what you win, but you win.
Wow. There it is. What an impressive display from Michael. He
Really well
came
done.
to play today. Amazing match. And now with that being said, we'll do a quick shutdown, restart, get locked and loaded, ready for the next ones. So if you haven't done so already, check out the Mike Burton home team. They are the Remax Realty Professionals based out of Calgary, Alberta, surrounding area. If you are in the market to either buy, sell, or in need of a mortgage, they are the ones to get a hold of, the best in the business without a doubt. Very well accomplished pool players as well.
You will see them at VNEA. I don't know if they're playing teams, but I know some of them are playing singles.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't had the chance to talk with
I'm
Mike
sure.
Burton.
I'm sure you will see Mike and Mike, or Mike or Mike.
There's a mic in there somewhere. So on behalf of myself, Ben Francis, the rest of the Q Sports Live team, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. We'll leave you with a commercial, and then we will head off to our shutdown restart. We'll be back locked and loaded with the next matches. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.